Okay, right now I am looking at the European model. Let's look at surface level precipitation. Let's look at mean surface level pressure. Let's look at what's coming up for the next few hours. So here's a low pressure system that's going to be forming over Georgia. They'll be riding up the coast, coming off the Delmar River. This is not the big storm. This is just a teaser one. It's going to come right about off the Delmar River, just near North Carolina, Virginia border. Not going to bring much snow, not much precip, maybe just a trace amounts according to the European model. Let's look at quantitative precipitation. As you can see, not much, just maybe 2/10 to 3/10 of an inch of rain. Not much snow with this. It's going to mostly be a mix according to this run here. However, the Euro could be wrong, as I'm getting some hints that this system could be producing some snow. I'm getting some hints from the NAM that this system will likely be a snow producer. However, I'm still kind of on the fence. You see that heavy precip that's coming in? Okay, right here, that heavy precip, that will likely change this to snow, because right here, the 5460 line, let's do a sounding here. I'm going to basically go to Google Maps, google.com/maps. I'm going to put in basically 73, let's go 40.74 north and 73.86 west, which is basically in New York City. This is in roughly my area, so that's right there. So let's plot that into the sounding. Okay, I'm going to generate a sounding. Hopefully that will be that area. No, that's not quite. That's actually, let's go under the Google Maps, because I don't want to, let's see where that's going to be. 70, that's actually further north. That's actually, I actually want to get a sounding more for where I live, so let's change the, okay, oops, okay, control, okay, see 33 degrees, 33 to maybe 34, to generate new sounding. Unable to generate sounding for point request. It's unusual. Try that again. Yeah. That's like Western Queens. That is about where I need it. Yeah, that's pretty much where I've been trying to get. Yeah, right, perfect location. Yes. Let's look. Oops, wrong time. So this is when it's. Where's that? 0.76, and that is going to be 33 degrees. And that is likely going to be, yeah, that's going to be pretty far north. That's going to be in Corona area. That's pretty much going to be probably, yeah, the Corona area near Murray Hill. Yeah. Let me just shift that a little bit. Let me get to what it was before. Hopefully it will work again. Yeah. Unable to generate new sounding. Looks like I'm going to have to go pretty far west. Because where I pointed to Western Queens. The intersection was in Western Queens. See? 73.86. 34 degrees. So dew point temperature around 34. Let's see. But you see this right here. You see how we're going to be right on the cusp? You're basically going to be right on the cusp between freezing and above. So I do see some up, some above, some below, like very close. So it's either going to be a very wet snow or a let's see, winter. Let's see if it's going to be snow. Snow. I'm guessing it's going to be a mix, but it's too close right now. So let. Wait a second. Blizzard. Should be good enough. Oh. Hey, Sean. No. Crap. Crap. What's it? Oh, thanks, Johnny. Okay, I guess I could finally go. Stop trying to. All right, let's go back now. So here is the storm for tomorrow, but let's go back to the models. Let's look at the NAM nest. Let's look at total precip accumulation. Oh, damn! That's going to be a lot of precip, guys. Simulated reflectivity. That is some very, very heavy precip, guys, coming into New York City. That will easily give a couple inches of snow to New York City. Why a couple inches? Because temperatures are going to be marginally cold, as you can see, around 33 degrees. So there's probably going to be a significant amount of rain coming in before it changes to snow. I mean, even though it might be mostly snow, it'll be a very wet snow, as you can see. You'll only get maybe, according to this run, 4 hours of snow before it ends. And that will only give us a couple inches, basically. 2 2, maybe 3 inches. And also you want to look at the Kuhera method. That is actually the most accurate method. Total snow Kuhera, about an inch. So it's going to be mostly rain, guys. I mean, very little snow. You don't want to look at the 10-to-1 ratio. You want to look at the Kuhera method, because what Kuhera is, it's the based on the dendritic growth zone. Basically, at 10,000 feet, roughly around 700 millibars is where you have most of your snow forming. That's where you have most of your snow formation. And the temperatures between negative 10 and negative 20 degrees Celsius were basically between 0 and 20 degrees Fahrenheit is where you have your dendritic growth zone. Let's see. So negative 20 degrees Celsius times 1.8. So between negative 4, I'd say between 0 and 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So negative 10 times 1.8 plus 32. So basically almost up to 14 degrees. So basically we want to have temperatures around 15 degrees and as low as about negative 5. So you want to have a temperature range of 14 to negative 4. So 20 degree temperature, or 20, so you want to have a 18 degree temperature difference in terms of Fahrenheit. So, okay. So let's look at the NAM now. This is looking at winter storm GAIL. This is going to be a very big storm, especially areas north of New York City, especially lower Hudson Valley, interior Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, Connecticut, New England. Big storm. And I'm talking feet of snow. This is going to be a monster. I'm just looking at the euro right now. This is just the euro right now. Let's look at 6-hour QPF. Let's go to hour 72. So this is here's a storm gathering strength, and here it is. You're going to be starting having enough precipitation coming into New York City around hour 84. This is 12Z. So basically, here you have precip right here coming in. So let's look at what the NAM is showing. The NAM is saying that there's going to be warm air coming in. So this might end up going to sleet and getting a mix. So even though, let's do a sounding here in New York City. This is a sounding in the New York City area. Let's look at the soundings. So you're going to have temperatures in the 20s at surface, but look at that, around 850 millibars. You're going to have warmer temps at the mid-level, so you have a bit of a warm tongue right here. So, and especially if you have precip formation, this looks like a snow-sleet mix type setup. Not just snow, but a mixture of snow and sleet. Because even though temperatures are mostly above freezing, and this is where you have mostly snow, absolute humidity values are here. You have 100% humidity all through here. So you're going to have snow, liquid falling. So you might have rain coming down here, and then you'll have a transition to sleet with snow. So basically, you'll have snow. The snow probably will not melt here, but if you have formation of precip here, it will fall as rain, change to sleet. So say you're having snow forming here. So this is a perfect setup for snow and sleet right here. Especially if I could just zoom in and see. So basically, yeah, these are the temps. You see how the dotted line extends to about 33 degrees? That's what I'm saying. It's probably going to be sleet, because you're going to have temperatures at around 30 degrees at the surface. I mean, that's just based on this model. Of course, it could change. I mean, let's look at 925 millibars. You know, definitely dynamic cooling will be taking place. So as the precip gets really heavy, as this starts coming in, guess what's going to start happening? You're going to rapidly cool down the atmosphere, and it will quickly transition back to snow. So there won't be much mixing. That's what I'm going to say. There's not going to be much mixing. Let's look at the euro, hour 96. Very heavy precip. I mean, this could set up anywhere. I mean, this could go a little bit north. This could be a little south. Don't just say, oh, the euro is saying we're going to get this much snow. Keep in mind, you have a coastal front. You have a coastal front. Let's look at 2 meter above ground temperatures. You're going to have a coastal front right about here. You're going to have a coastal front setting up, guys. And this coastal front, especially look at this. Cold air, you have a low pressure system here. You have a very powerful low here, double barrel low. This low will die out. This low will actually take shape. This will become the dominant low, as you can see. And this could actually cause the snowfall to enhance on the back side. So this is 18Z. So you could still have snow lingering right up until the very early afternoon hours on Thursday. It looked like it was going to end early Thursday morning. Like really early Thursday morning. And I'm talking about like I thought the snow was going to be ending by like daybreak. But look, there's lingering precip around 18Z. As you can see, so this is when even though it says 0Z, this is 18 through 0Z. So this is 19Z basically. This is where the edge of the precip will be. So this is 19Z. So basically, you want to subtract 19Z in England would actually be around 7 p.m. So take away 5 hours. This is 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And then you want to go to precip type rate. This is 2 p.m. in the afternoon according to your light flurries falling in New York City. And then you want to go 6 hours earlier. So this is local time. This is 1 p.m. Let's go 5 hours earlier. This is 8 a.m. There'll be heavy snow falling in the morning, 8 a.m. in the morning. And then this is 2 a.m. And this is actually going to be 2 a.m. So this is 2 a.m. now. Actually 1 a.m. This is going to be 7 p.m. local time. And this will be 2 p.m. in the afternoon. This will be 2 p.m. 2 to 3 p.m. is when the snow is going to come in. So the duration of the storm, how long it's going to last, is very similar to the blizzard of 2006, both in duration and intensity. So this could be a 2006 type setup. There is a potential for 2 feet of snow in New York City. This is actually lasting longer now than expected. You're saying it's going to be lasting a little longer. Let's look at total QPF. Duration and intensity. Intensity is not so much, but let's look at the pressures. Very heavy snow. This is almost a given. This is going to happen. So Lancaster is going to get buried. But this is what you might not. Okay, because here you're going to have a coastal front. You see all the sleet here? This is where you have the coastal front setting up. You got a very heavy snow here, guys. I mean, especially hour 90. This is where you're going to have some really heavy snows, especially in this area here. And now let's look at heights. Let's look at temperatures. 700 millibar heights. Temperatures. Boom. Very cold. You see this here? You see this -10 here? Perfect 8 dB. Perfect dendritic growth zone. And let's look at precipitation at that very time. At that very moment, you'll be having really, really heavy snow. Hour 84. You know, hour 90. You're having temperatures around -5. So basically, so you're going to be having cold temps. You're definitely going to be having cold temps. Let's look at winter weather. Let's look at the 10-to-1 snowfall water ratio around this time. Hour 96. So this is just this. If this just a little bit to the south, boom, New York City is going to get feet of snow. Just look how close we are to the 2+ foot amounts. And let's look at the total. And this is not total. This is because it's still going to have another bound of snow could go through. 15 inches. And now let's look at Coahara, which is extremely accurate. 14 inches. Look at this. I'm not even in the Bronx. I'm in part northern Queens. About 20 inches of snow. My neighborhood, about 14 to 20 inches. I'm right in the 14 to 20 range. Bronx. Look at this. 28 inches. Lancaster, 17 to 19 inches. Look at this. New York City could get 18 to 24 inches of snow in the New York City area. Southern Queens might end up getting only 9, while northern areas of New York City could get close to 2 feet. Of course, this is based on the Coahara method. Let's go by the 10-to-1 snowfall water ratio. Let's go by that then, more accurately. So anywhere from 12 to 24 inches of snow in the New York City area. So 12 to 24 inches. So yeah, very very big storm for New York City. And Johnny, thank you so much for the shout out. Very big storm. Yeah, and 2 to 3 feet is definitely a possibility. I mean, that's just only one model. Let's look at the UK Met. So I'm going to look at hour 54, hour 24, and let's look at surface and precipitation. QPF. Let's now look at the UK Met. So let's compare UK Met to Euro. Let's compare those two models. So this model is saying more intense precip. Let's look at this. Let's look at total QPF. So not much. Let's look at 6-hour QPF. Let's look at hour 72, 84, 80. You get the general picture. This is the 12Z run that just came out. Let's look at this. This is what you want to look at. Here's the center dollar. Look at this. Let's go hour 108. It's all the way out of here. See, now they're saying it's gonna be a little further out. So the UK Met is saying snow is going to be ending around this time, 12Z. Unfortunately, winter weather. Let's look. Unfortunately, I cannot see. By looking at precipitation, I can tell you when the snow is going to be ending. Hour 102. They're saying snow is going to be ending right around 17Z, maybe 16Z. So like late morning is when the snow should be ending. So this is ending. So this is where the end of the snow is going to be. So this is total. This is from 7Z to 12Z basically, or 6 to 12Z, and this is ending at 18Z. So they're saying snow should be ending around 7 a.m. This is what the UK Met is saying. Let's look at total QPF. I'm not looking at it yet. Hold on. Not much. Looks like not much snow is going to come down from what UK Met is saying. Yeah, UK Met is not showing much snow. Yeah, that's not a very reliable model, of course, but it could be. Usually the Euro is very reliable, but you never know. With my luck, things have been sometimes going skewed, but let's look at the Canadian. Let's look at 6 hours QPF. The precipitation. Let's look at 6-hour QPF. Not much snow, very little snow. I'm actually not expecting much snow from these events. Even though the NAM is saying there's going to be quite a bit of precip from this, I'm not buying it. I'm honestly not buying it. I'm just not. See, and even though the NAM is saying there's going to be quite a bit of snow, I ain't buying this. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I mean, usually the NAM, usually HRRR is the most accurate model for snowfall. Let's look at Kohara. Let's look at that. Yeah, this I'm willing to buy. About half an inch for New York City, maybe to an inch. Let's see. This I'm willing to buy. I mean, yeah, I think this, I believe this. This I believe. About half an inch, New York City. Of course, if you look at 10 to 1, you'll see something much more. See, now they're showing here. Kohara is very accurate because, as you can see, the Euro for the Kohara method was showing more. So let's look at the European run, okay? Let's look at the surface, right? Let's look at hour 72. So storm's developing. About hour 84 should be off the Delmarva, probably. Yeah, right, in the Delmarva. Okay, this is definitely not looking... Okay. Hour 102 should be out of here. Hour 96 is... it should probably... So this is when... Type rate... So 12Z, you'll definitely be having precip. So... So this is ending at 18Z. This is what you're going to be having at 18Z, at 12Z. So 8 a.m., 7 a.m. You're still going to be having snow. This is ending at early afternoon. So should probably end, I would say. It's weird. Precipitation type rate. Oh, that hurt. Let's look at hour 84, right? So precipitation should just be coming in around early afternoon. Very heavy precip, probably a mix. New York City. Let's look at 2 meter above ground temperatures. Oh, so snow. Okay, precipitation type rate, heavy snow. Let's look at hour 90. Looks like a dry slot should be coming into New York City. Yeah, so not much precip then. Total QPF. So New York City is going to get a dry slot. It looks like according to this run. Let's look at snowfall. According to this, I'm probably forecasting about 6 to 12 inches of snow based on this run. Let's look at Kuhera now. Kuhera ratio. Oops, no, Kuhera. Let's look at the 10 to 1. See, about 9 inches. So this run is saying that so 3 feet for the Poconos, about 2 feet. So this is just one run. Usually Euro is best with the position of the lows. So let's look at the CFS. Oh wait, that's a climate model, sorry. Oh, snow depth in terms of inches. Most models think about 10 inches. Is average. They're averaging it out. This is a 10 to 1 ratio. So it looks like about maybe a foot to 2 feet of snow. So definitely impressive, if you ask me. Let's look at the NAM. See what the NAM is going to be showing. So there's a lot that can happen, guys. Like there's so many different possibilities. Let's look at 850 millibar temps now for the 18Z. Oh, look what the 18Z is showing. Remember how I said it was going to bring in its own cold air? See, look at that. You would think, oh, it's going to be rain, we're not going to get much snow, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now look at this, guys. I really hope this storm goes a little further south, because I really hope... Why? Well, or so maybe this will fill it. They're anticipating a dry slot. I mean, this may not happen. You might be getting very heavy precip here too. Let's look at total precipitation accumulation. You'll see what I'm talking about. That may or may not happen, but let's look at snowfall. So let's assume that's not there, right? Let's look at 6 hour, okay? Precipitation type. So you'll get a brief episode of sleet, it looks like. So NAM is saying we're going to have sleet. Let's look at surface temperatures with the NAM. Let's look at 850. See all this warm air coming in? You know, we're probably going to have sleet, especially right around hour 80. All right, remember how I said we're going to have sleet? Not yet. Let's go to next. Let's go to hour 81. But look at 700. You see that warm tongue? Look at that warm tongue right there. So what are you going to be having? Snow mixed with sleet. Because here you're going to have snow, 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 snow. You're going to have formation of rain here. And you're going to have snow forming all through this layer. So you're going to be having snow with sleet coming down. So mix. You're going to have snow and sleet, basically. So let's look at 700. Let's look at 700 millibars, right? Boom. Look at that. Look at that warm tongue. Look at that. That is definitely going to chop off any snow that tries to form. That's a lot of warm air intruding in the mid-levels. Look at that. Wow. That is a lot of warm air, guys. That is just unbelievable. Of course, that's just one run, but you're not going to have rain. No, you're going to have snow. I mean, sleet mixed with snow, because look here. Looky here, guys. While you're going to be having all this warm air coming in at the mid-levels, lower levels, let's look at lower levels. Look what's going to happen. You're going to be having a lot of cold air, right? You're going to have a lot of cold air mixing in, right? So what's going to happen is you're going to have heavy snow coming down that will mix with sleet. So you're going to have snow that will be coming down from maybe from the below the 700 millibars, so maybe from like 850 down up to like maybe probably from about 850 millibars. Remember when all that warm air was coming in? Right about here, all that warm air right here. Boom. Hour 81 is when you have all that warm air. 80 to 81. You might have a brief changeover to sleep, but look at this. Why are you having that changeover? Because of all this heavy precip, you're going to have a quick changeover to snow. This is when you're going to have a lot of bright banding. You're going to have a very cold air at the surface, so temperatures in the 20s at the surface, with very heavy precip coming in, which will produce significant amount of bright banding, which will likely enhance or cool down the middle atmosphere, which will quickly cut off that warm tongue and will transition everything back to snow. And you see this very powerful low here, right? Say this warm tongue doesn't really develop. Say it does not transpire, because this is only one run. Keep in mind, even though it says sleet, you're going to be having mixing with snow. You're not going to be having snow mixing with sleet. I mean, you're not going to have snow or only sleet or only rain. You're going to be having a mix. This is a possibility too. Let's see if we're going to actually be having freezing rain. Let's look at the sounding here. Will there be freezing rain? Yes, there's going to be freezing rain. It's not going to be that warm. It's probably going to be in the upper 30s here at warmest. Yes, but so you're going to have sleet mixed with freezing rain. Maybe even some sun. But it's not a very big warm tongue, so temperatures here are not even in the 40s. Keep in mind, these are temps. These are like So you get a temperature of 39, 40 degrees, but for a very brief amount of time. So you'll probably have a mix of snow and sleet and freezing rain here. I've seen that before. It's possible. This would be more like snow changing, or like snow mixing with sleet and then changing back to all snow. And the amount of snow that we're going to get will determine on where the rain snow line sets up. But look at this. Look at all this snow in Pennsylvania. Look at this. So this is Lancaster County, right? Right here. This is Lancaster right here. Lancaster should be getting about 12 to 18 inches of snow. Well, let's not really count that. Lancaster should only get maybe 1 or 2 inches. And this should be the real storm. I think this actually may go a little bit further south. And there's definitely potential for 2 to 3 feet. I mean, mixing is definitely potential. Well, thank you so much, Snow Show. Jersey City, yeah, exactly same for New York City. You're just across the Hudson River, so you're probably southern Brooklyn. I think it's going to be all snow. You'll probably get a brief, very brief change over to sleet. Let me actually give you the sounding. Let me see when you commented. You don't even tell me what time you commented. Okay. Weather tracker, let me do that, a sounding for you. I will tell you, okay, the hour 81. This is the NAM, by the way. Southern Brooklyn. Southern Brooklyn. All right, Southern Brooklyn. Let me see if I got Southern Brooklyn here or if it's over the water. Well, that's a little too far south. Okay, it's a little bit too far southeast. I'm going to try to do maybe Sheepshead Bay area. But that's going to give me a skewed forecast. But from the looks of it, it's going to be mostly snow for you. See this warm tongue here? I mean, this is over the water, by the way. This is actually Breezy Point. You're going to have a temperature of 32 degrees. Let's look at the temperature. Let's look at winter. And your most likely weather will be sleet. But I'm not buying it. If you look at the warm tongue, it's very briefly just even nudging into it. That's not enough to melt. You're going to be getting snow. This is going to be almost all snow here. Based on the sounding here. So it'll be snow, 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 snow. Maybe a little bit of melting. And then as you can see how high the humidity is, I'm thinking based on that there'll be snow formation here. You'll have a lot of, basically where you're having the dew point temperature together, as you are here from about 600 millibars down to about 850. This is where you'll have all your precipitation forming. This is where you have a bulk of your precip forming. You'll have precipitation forming up to about here, I would think. And so you'll have snow mixed with sleet. You're going to have snow and sleet, not all sleet. It's going to be mixed. And that's only based on the NAM, which is actually showing a very warm run. So let's look southern Brooklyn. That should be southern Brooklyn. Let's get rid of that sounding now. And this is 40.61 and 73.96. Yeah, it's about right. That should be about right. Southern Brooklyn. Yeah. Southern Brooklyn. Let's see. I'm seeing pretty much the same signals. So you'll be getting sleet according to this run. But actually, that doesn't look like sleet, but it says 32 degrees. I don't think you're going to be 32. I think you're going to be around 30, 31. But see that little 2 there? That's 30, and that's 32. So you're going to be right at the freezing mark. Maybe just a touch above it. But look at all this very cold temperatures just at maybe 2 or 3,000 feet. You see this here? This is at ground level. This is about 1,000 feet up here. You're going to be in the 20s, 1,000 feet up. So at the top of the Empire State Building, you'll be in the 20s. But it says best guess precip type. I don't really see that warm tongue. I don't see enough of a warm tongue to actually say it's going to be sleet. Yeah, I'm going to have to save this. Hold on. Let me just briefly stop streaming. I'm streaming again. Alright, I uploaded it now. I submitted it. What about Long Island? What part? What part of the island? Brentwood, Islip, Northport, Baldwin, Massapequa Park, Babylon. What part of Long Island are you talking about? Maybe the Hamptons? What part would you like? Would you like... Let me think. Would you like to know for areas in Rockville Center, Baldwin, Freeport, Merritt, Belmore, Wantagh, Seaford, Massapequa Park, Amityville, Copiague, Lindenhurst, or Babylon? Albertson. Oh, Nassau County. Okay. Sorry, I love a good Long Island Railroad, especially after that. The guy on the Spirit Airlines flight was being a bit of a wise guy. He kind of joked with us. Yeah, alrighty. Not a wise guy, a prankster, I guess. Alrighty, let's see. And let's see. I don't know where in Long Island that is. Albertson. Albertson's probably a really small town. I'm gonna guess it's probably near Rockville Center. Right near Rockville Center. So it's near Hempstead. Oh wow, they have their own. Oh wait, that's the Oyster Bay branch. Of course, you have to go to from Mineola to get there. Let me see. I'm gonna have to open up another Google Maps tab because I really I'm gonna try to show for your exact location. Yeah, it is a little delayed. So let me now go to let's me do the sounding now. Getting rid of all those other soundings. Okay, let me do hour 81. That's when the sleet should be. And Albertson, right? Albertson. How close will that be to Albertson? A little bit more northwest. Looks like you'll be at 31 degrees, and let me see if that's correct now. Yep, that's too far north. I need to go more southeast. No. I need to go a little bit further west then. Let's see if I'm near your town. Now I'm too far east. Wait. No, I'm still too far east, yeah. I'm a couple miles too far west. Looks like you should be around 31 degrees. So Albertson looks like it should be a little bit further south then. A little bit more southeast. Again, getting 40.62. Come on. That should be right around where. Oops. Trying to get your exact location, it'll take a couple minutes. Well, your exact town. 40.74. Well, that should probably work. Should probably be very close to. Oh, yeah. Crap. I guess that's the closest I want to get. So you're going to be around 30 degrees. With, I'm probably going to guess, sleet mixed with snow. You're going to be having snow mixed with sleet. Turning new sounding, sleet, yeah. It's going to be a mixed. Of course, hour 84, you're going to be getting all snow. I mean, it's pretty obvious you're going to be getting all snow for those same hours because, look, the warm tongue will be eliminated at time. Oh, my goodness. What in the world? Yeah, see, the warm tongue is no longer there. You'll be getting all snow now. Because, look, see, your snow. So now let's look at, that's one run. Let's look at the NAM nest. Let's go to southeast. You see how the NAM is showing the storm developing off the Carolinas. See, this is the coastal storm. But let's see what the NAM is showing. The NAM is showing, the regular NAM, is showing that the storm will be developing, yes, around the same area, but look, you have a lot of warm air with it. So let's look at the GFS ensembles. Ensembles is what you definitely want to look at. You more likely want to look at ensembles, so a lot of snow, as you can see, quite a bit of it. Unfortunately, I don't have ensembles. Oh, EPS. Ooh, EPS. Okay, I definitely want to look at that. Ensemble. Oh man. Surface and precipitation. MSLP. Are you kidding me? Well, you're definitely going to be getting snow. Let's look at 150 millibar temperatures. Yep, definitely snow. Quite a bit of it too. Let's look at the same time for the European model. Because that was the surface actually. Yeah, so you're pretty much snow should be ending early afternoon basically. So heavy precip early in the morning. So very heavy precip. And the Euro though, let's look at regional. I could even do local. Southern New England. Look at that. Could even do New York City. So let's look at the New York City area now. So yeah, you definitely want to look at Southern England. So New York City is actually part of Southern New England, believe it or not. So let's look at Southern New England, and let's look at let's close surface and precipitation. Let's look at other stuff. Let's look at this. This is what you want to look at, guys, if you want to know how much snow you're going to get. So this is when you're going to have your low directly south of you. Total QPF, New York City, 1.5 inches. Brentwood. Bridgeport. Brentwood. One a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 7 a.m. See 1 p.m. Flurries. 7 a.m. Heavy snow. So let's look at 5 p.m. 1 p.m. So look, snow might actually start around 2 p.m. in New York City. And by 5 p.m. and by 7 p.m. boom! And by 1 a.m. boom! 7 a.m. boom! So it's going to be, you're going to have really heavy snow between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. So that's when your heaviest snows are going to fall, between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. So basically your core of the snow, so this is already moderate snow coming down. You should start having moderate snow from 5 through, I would say, about about 5 p.m. through 9 a.m. you'll have heavy snow. That's about 12, 13, 14, 16 hours of light to moderate to heavy snow. So basically, your accumulating snows will fall from about 5 to 9 a.m. 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. is when you'll have your accumulating snow. So from 5 p.m. to 9 a.m., that's going to be 16 hours of accumulating snow. Okay, 1 p.m. you'll have light snow. So this is very light snow. This is basically just light snow. Now you'll be having moderate to heavy snow. This is moderate to heavy. And now you'll be having very heavy snow. I mean, look at this. You'll probably be having band after band after band coming in. I mean, let's look at total QPF already. Already, around 7 p.m., you already have half an inch equivalent. Well, 2 tenths. You might have 1 or 2 inches already on the ground by 7 p.m. And you might have 10 inches. I mean, let's look at winter weather. Let's look at 10 to 1 snowfall water ratio. Already you have 7 inches on the ground, 12 inches, and let's look at this. 15 inches in New York City, and that's just according to the Kira method. I live here in this area, Regal Park, right about there. Zoom in a little more, 14 inches. But of course, I do not trust Well, okay. Where do I live? About 16 inches. Crap. Fuck. Sorry. I'm kidding. Mom, I cannot talk right now. I cannot talk right now. Please, I'm doing a live stream. I'm doing a YouTube video on the weather. Please, I cannot talk right now.
Okay, call me when you can.
I will. Bye. It's my bad. I should have told them I'm having a live stream. Yeah. So I didn't get upset with them because that's kind of on me. So New Yorker is 23 inches. Bronx 21. Okay. So this is the Long Island Expressway. My mom lives right about here. This is where my mom lives. So my mom's area. My area would be. It's just too sharp of a cutoff. About 16 to 18 inches in my area, according to the European. The GFS. Let's see what the GFS is showing. The Canadian run is showing in my. Oops. The GFS for my area is showing, yeah, believe it or not. Yeah, basically they're saying that the storm is gonna kind of shunt further south. You're kidding me, right? Are you absolutely kidding me? Oh, look, of course, it's going to be with temperatures in the 30s, so yeah. HRRR is saying, oh, look, it's going to get really cold, so everything's going to change over. 18Z was showing... Okay, my chest is about to pop. Oh. Hold on. I'm in a lot of pain right now. Hold on. My sternum. Yeah, okay, that felt better. Oh, finally, the pain's gone now. Yeah, every once in a while I have to pop my sternum back into place. It hurts a lot. Okay, let's get back on track now. Oh, New York City will be having temps around 40 degrees. Now it's in the 50s, but as you know, there's a cold front coming in. It's not coming with any precip though. It's not. It's coming in dry. Well, this one is. But then a system riding along this front, as you can see, will be producing some pretty heavy precipitation. You see, it is extending further north. Look at this. See, from 18Z to 20Z, it jogged a little bit north. You see this interstate here, right here. Okay, let's see. See right there, the two interstates right here connecting. Let's look at 12Z. Look how much further south it was. 18, 19, and let's look 18, 19, so just a little further south, and then 20. So you're basically having a system that is hour 14. So let's look at here, hour 12, and everything was kind of moving. Wow. Jeez. That is one heck of a system. Wow. Of course, you definitely want to use Cohera for that. Okay, looks like New York City should be getting about 1 to 2 inches. Maybe 1 to 3. No, I'm not going to say 1 to 3. Let's say just shy of 2 inches of snow. Sorry, I'm not going by the 3-to-1 ratio because of the temperature aloft and at the surface. Cohera method is usually it's called the Cohera method. This is a very accurate. See? Weather madness. Everyone uses the Cohera method. I mean, this is weather madness, so this is this guy. This is from AccuWeather. His name is Weather Madness. Yeah, Henry Margassiti. This is Henry Margassiti's page. He's an AccuWeather meteorologist. He has not left AccuWeather. Does he leave AccuWeather? Huh. Oh yeah, that's right. He did leave AccuWeather. I know him because I follow him on Twitter. He's great. Like in fact, that's right. We follow each other. No, I follow him because he only follows 500 people. Okay, I'm definitely subscribed. How can I not follow them? I use their site all the time. They're the best. Yeah, I kind of was the one who started this craze with using their site for my weather videos. I can't wait to go to there. No. Okay, he's conservative. Yeah, look how he follows. But isn't Crowder conservative? Yeah, come. I know he's very conservative. Yeah, conservative. Yeah. But at least I can't say. maybe he won't be conservative for long. Look at this.
Down by judge after judge in state after state because they've pushed ludicrous accusations without actual evidence.
The president's legal team has not been able to produce any evidence of systemic fraud.
Well, the president, without any evidence, tries to peddle his own alternative.
I want to be very, very clear. There's absolutely no evidence, at least none we've seen, of any widespread voter fraud that the president and his team are alleging.
No credible examples. No credible instances.
And now, Trump campaign officials, without any evidence to back up their claims, say the new law is ripe for voter fraud. And they're suing Nevada now for expanding this mail-in voting in the middle of a public health crisis.
In Nevada, the Trump campaign claims, without any evidence, that thousands of people improperly cast their mail-in ballots.
Okay, a conservative. Okay, apparently he's not. Okay. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. What are you saying? Oh, wait. You want to see Governor Greg Witchin? Oh, Oh, wait, maybe he's joking around. Anyway. Yeah, maybe he just follows him. Anyway, let's go get off of that. That's a little toxic there. Yeah, and I kind of got myself drawn into that damn political stuff. I just don't like that. Here's the thing. You're having a really bad pandemic in California. I don't know how the hell Los Angeles is getting so bad. I think I know why. Because no one's following their mask requirements. Like, you're supposed to wear a damn mask if you're out in public. Honestly, they said that if you're in New York, they said if you're elderly, you really should not be leaving. We're actually doing pretty good with cases compared. Here's a funny thing. I live in Suffolk County because I'm a Stony Brook student. So here's the thing. Let me go online, go to coronavirus, Worldometers. Let's go here, right? 129,000 cases. Let's look at New York. And we'll go to yesterday. Number 1, Suffolk County. Number 1 for all total cases. Not only that, total cases, by the way, Suffolk County. Just hear me out. Suffolk County has double the population, has only half the population of kings and queens. Most of these deaths are from the first wave, when we were having hundreds of thousands of deaths, like when no one knew about the virus. It was like, oh my God, it just hit us. That's from the first wave, basically. If you want to look at the death rate, let's go to the bottom. New cases, active cases, total deaths from the first wave. Right here, when no one knew about it. Active cases in New York. Boom. See? We're surging again. We're actually having more active cases. Of course, we test better now, so we probably were either in the 500,000 or 600,000. We probably had more active cases than what we knew what to do with. In fact, they found that like 20% of people have antibodies. But the death rate is much lower. But total cases, Suffolk County takes the cake. Why? What do most people vote in Suffolk County? Republican, right? Well, a lot of people are Republicans in Suffolk County. Oh, we don't have to wear masks, so whatever. And not only that, but if you look at Suffolk County actually, daily deaths. Look how high we got. It's 1,000 daily deaths. And yeah, that is because they realized that a lot of deaths that were not attributed to COVID were actually COVID, because a lot of people died in their homes because they didn't get treatment. So right now, Texas has even though it says Los Angeles, California has 15,000, they have not counted Los Angeles yet. Look at yesterday, 11,000 cases in Los Angeles. Why so many cases in LA? Well, it's because people are not masking up. Also, Los Angeles is freaking huge. It's over 3 million people in a single county. So the thing is, a lot of counties did not come in, not report. So like a lot more counties did not report, like Humboldt Lake, and yet now there's actually look at that, Humboldt actually reported. Lake reported. Yesterday Lake did not report. So if you see more increase in cases, that's probably why. A lot of other states have not reported yet. Look at it. We still have a lot of missing data. Look at that. We have missing data from U.S. military, from veterans. We have a lot of missing data here. So we're having a lot of cases. In fact, yesterday, missing data. A lot of missing data, guys. So we had a lot of missing. So probably we're easily near 250s. We're probably near 250,000 cases, 240, 250,000 cases. Let's go back to weather again. I was just talking about analytics. Oh, hey Donna, thanks for joining. I'm currently looking at an HRRR. So moderate precip, and keep in mind this is only one run. So precip type in New York City should probably be rain initially. Mix. You see that? Sleet. Look at that, guys. You're going to be having sleet here. That's probably going to be snow, because you're not going to be having that. This is when it's just coming in. But everything is starting to trend a little bit further north. This looks like a repeat of what happened 2 winters ago. Yeah, New York City's not going to get much snow from this. I think New York City will only get a dusting, not much of any accumulation. And I repeat, I am not going with the NAM or the NAM nest. I'm sorry, but I'm not buying it. To think that New York City is going to get any snow from this is laughable. There is just too much warm air to work with. Okay, so your precipitation will be coming in around, this is when your precip will be coming in, right around this time. Let's look at total precip accumulation. 18 to 19 Z is when your precip will be coming in. Temperatures in New York City at that time will be in the upper 30s. Let's do sounding for New York City. Let's do a quick atmospheric sounding. So temperatures in New York City will be 39 degrees at the surface, right? So you see, this is where you'll have your precipitation falling from about here. You see how it's all zigzaggy here? Zigzagging, that's because of the precipitation, basically. You know, dry, humid. So basically, what precip will be coming down will likely be in the form of rain. And as the precip gets a little bit heavier, but keep in mind that the atmosphere does not seem to be very moist. You might go down to 33 degrees, but it actually could be 35. So that's because there's just one model. The GFS should just be coming in. See, the GFS is just coming in. This is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the GFS to be coming in. So let's go to hour 15, and let's click on 18Z. Let's go to the southeast. This is where the center of the storm is going to be, central southern Mississippi. So let's go to here. So about the same area. So let's go back to models again. Let's go back. Let's go to hour 3. Let's go to southern New England. Let's go to regional. Go to regional. Let's go to Mid-Atlantic. Let's go to current 18Z run. It looks like 3-hour QPF. Mid-Atlantic. See, it's definitely shifted further north. You see how it's just around the Charleston area. You have the moderate precip thing. Yep, it's a little further north. And let's see where the southern extent of precipitation is. South of Pittsburgh, boom, north of Pittsburgh now. But you also want to see where the center of the storm is. So there's the Atlanta area right about here. So this is Metro Atlanta right there. That's Metro Atlanta. That's Gwinnett County. Actually, no. That's Gwinnett County. So that's Metro Atlanta. Right in this area. That's Metro Atlanta. And the last one said it's going to be right just northwest of Metro Atlanta. Just northwest of Metro Atlanta. This one is a little bit further west, just a tad further west. Let's look at this one. Central western right about here. And now, so keep in mind, center of the storm is right about here. I'm going to leave my finger there as a point of reference. And now it's about here. So remember, just a tiny bit further west now. So you're having a system that's a little bit further west. Let's look. Again, a little bit further west. Just a tiny bit further west and north. See? Center of the storm was about here. Now it's about here. So slight jog to the northwest. Whereas this is an 18Z run. These runs are notoriously inaccurate. But let's look at 925 millibar temps. See even the 925 line has jogged a little bit further north. Let's look at 850 millibar temps. Again, jogged it about the same, but jogged a tiny bit, just a tiny bit further west. So let's look at 700 now. So a little bit colder, so this could have a little bit more snow. See, there's a little bit of like a trough type thing. You also see it here, but it's a little bit more pronounced here. precip type, you're definitely going to be having rain. So let's look at 18Z, 12Z, 21Z. So about the same. Let's look at surface temps, 12Z, 18Z, so about 42 degrees. In hour 30, you should be having temperatures in around 39 degrees. But of course, this is not very accurate with temps. So, but even though that was a little bit further west, look at this, 27. Let's look at hour 30, and then compare it to 24. Also, the northern extent is a little bit further north. So this southern extent is a little bit further north. As you can see, in the next 24 hours, look at that. New York City, as you can see, it's still going to be in moderate rain, yet at this time it's going to be kind of out of here. See, let's look hour 21. Let's look at total precipitation accumulation. A half an inch. Oh, come on, I tried to do 12Z. You see how there's a little bit of a tongue downward? Alright, so let's look at sector view, continental United States. So that's the next system, it's right here. So the upper level low should be in the Intermountain West right now. So let's look at winter storm winter storm GAIL, GAIL. So GAIL, you know, like gale winds, but this is GAIL as in terms of wind, as in the name. So I'm checking my temp right now. You know, I'm checking with the more false high temp thermometer that always gives me the high reading. 98.6, which is pretty good actually, considering how sick I've been. I'm not sick, but how high my temp's been. So perfect temp, actually. Let's again look at European high res. I just want to show you something, guys, something in case you've been missing. Big snowstorm. This could actually be some monster snowfall rates, possibly. New York City could be getting near 20 inches of snow. So New York City area, look at this, guys. 18 inches according to the European model. And what I mean 18 at Central Park, 18 actually at Lower Manhattan, down at Wall Street. So Midtown, 22 inches. Rego Park, anywhere from 18 to 24 inches, because 18 to 20 inches. So New York City could be getting anywhere from like 8 to 20 inches. Depends on which method you use. If you use the 10-to-1 ratio, as you can see, everything will be kind of more even, like from 12 to 24 inches in the tri-state area. Or if you want to look in New York City, 12 to 18 inches. But if you're going to use the Kohara method, which is more accurate, for example, JFK Airport might only get 9 inches, while Northern Queens might get over 20. I mean, this has happened before. I've seen like widely varying snowfall amounts, but that's because of banding. For example, if you get a coastal front that sets up and you have a really strong snow band that sets up because of that. You could also have a significant snow enhancement over New York City area. The Euro does not do these coastal front setups. None of the low resolution models do that. Usually, the high resolution models do that, such as the European, or I mean like really high resolution models, such as the HRRR, the NAM 3KM. The Euro is also a high resolution model. However, it's not a short range model, so it doesn't factor in like really local processes. It factors in general dynamics, but not like local weather, not what will be influencing the local weather. So for that, you have to rely on the high resolution rapid refresh, like the short-term models, the high resolution short-term models. Those do sometimes factor those in. It tries to. It's really hard to pinpoint where a coastal band will set up. It could be off the coast. It could be out here. It could be here. This just generally forecasts where the heaviest precip will fall. As you can see, it just says, look, it's going to be like this. This is what it's going to do. This is what the Europeans think. It just says, okay, there'll be heavy snow bands in this area. So it just says where you're going to have the heaviest snow. It doesn't really forecast where you're going to have specific banding features like coastal front setting up. It's not really doing that. Because if you look at total QPF, 6 hour, okay, yeah, I might have to do local for that. Or regional, I mean. Okay, if you want to do 6 hour QPF, it's not factoring in those banding features. It's not. And it's saying that the heaviest precip will be out here, 1.3 inches an hour? I mean, why is it showing in inland Pennsylvania? Why is it showing the heaviest precip there? Because that's where you might have the most dynamic forcing, but it's not focusing on local stuff, or where you will have, those coastal bands setting up, coastal front bands setting up. Those can produce incredibly high snowfall rates as well, 2-3 inches an hour. And how do you know where a coastal band sets up? Usually you have to look at surface temperatures, especially around like hour 90. So this will likely form a coastal band. Look, 35 degrees here and 28 degrees here. You'll definitely have some strong enhancement. And then now let's look aloft. 850 millibar temperatures. Look at that here. Possible coastal band setting up here. Look at that. Very powerful coastal band type setup. This will produce very heavy snowfall rates just south of New York City, right over New York. This is showing it passing right over New York City. Look at this. This would cause extremely heavy snowfall rates. But the Euro just isn't picking it up. It's not. The Euro is getting the temperatures right, but not the precipitation. Okay, now let's redo it again. Okay, hour 54. So you're already having things coming together. So you have your surface low here, and you have redevelopment off the coast already. See the front leads. Look, so the front left. So this is a cold front right here, and then on the stationary front, you have a development of a low as it combines forces with here. So you have a high pressure system here. Of course, this could actually could have become something tropical had it been a different time of year. Had it been maybe like August or September, this could have become something tropical here. Why? Because it's in the warm sector. Yeah. So see how you have a low here. So the low forms around hour 60. Well, that's like a 600 millibar temp, 500 millibar temps, hour 60. You're in the warm sector. 700 millibar temps, again, in the warm sector. Let's go down to 850 millibars. So you're having a surface low developing. Let's go down really close to the surface. Look at that. In a warm area, you're having a surface low developing. So it's warm core in terms of, it's warm at the surface. So this had potential. I mean, this is how coastal storms set up. The same things that could form a tropical system. Well, tropical systems, you just need warm water, you need spin, and you need thunderstorms. So tropical lows do not have temperature differentials. They're not frontal. They are dynamic. They're non-dynamic. They're just dynamic requires because it's cooling and warming. So a dynamic, okay. See, constant change, like temperatures. Hurricanes are tropical lows. They're low pressure systems, but they do not change temperatures. They don't have cold fronts, warm fronts. They're basically at their core, they're warm. This system at its core, at low levels, it's in the warm area, but if you look aloft, or 63, see there's cold air aloft. There's strong wind shear, cold temperatures. Usually for something tropical, you want something around 5, negative, at least negative, at least temperatures above freezing, but you're having temperatures negative 12 Celsius. So yeah, and that's one model of the GFS. So no big difference between 12 and 18Z. Maybe they're doing balloon launches twice a day. I'm just going to be calling someone. I want to find out if they're doing balloon launches twice a day now because of this storm. I'm trying to call someone and find out. Oh wait, I'm not calling the National Weather Service because they got their hands full with this first system. Hi, Dawn. Dawn, can I ask you a question? Dawn, I have a question. Are they doing balloon launches twice a day right now? I mean, not twice a day. Are they doing, besides their zero? Yeah, are they doubling the launches? Yes. So for a big snowstorm, they're not going to double balloon launches on the East Coast. So the 18Z is still not very. So the 18-6Z runs are still not very reliable. So the 6Z and 18Z launches are not very reliable because of the. They're not as reliable as the 0 or 12Z runs because of the lack of data from the soundings. Am I right? No, I mean, they're just not as... No, I'm talking about the 6Z and the 18Z. No, I know. I'm talking about... No, I'm talking about the 18Z launches, the 18Z launch, the Greenwich Meantime launches. I mean, the models runs. The ones that are not based... Run. No, I'm talking about the model runs, not the balloon launches. I'm talking about the model runs. No. Balloon launches are definitely important. I'm talking about the model runs. The 18Z and 6Z model runs. Right. but the 12. So when, so but the 12Z and the
using all the data from the 12Z balloon launch.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around. I thought they did the balloon launches just before 12Z, and the 12Z runs are based on the balloon launches. That's what I was taught.
No, the 12Z run is based on the 0 launch and all the other information. You know, the balloon launch is just a tiny portion of a computer model. The computer models are using all the infrared data from satellites. They're using all the surface data. They're using all the ocean buoy data. They're using the balloon data. You know, it's using a huge amount of data. In terms of the balloon data, that's what I'm saying. They don't add an additional balloon run unless it's a really exceptional event. They need
A hurricane.
to have the forecasting be accelerated.
Like hurricanes.
It's not that often they need to accelerate it that much.
So 18Z runs are actually more accurate than the 12 or 0Z. Because a lot of people say, oh, 18Z run is so unreliable. That's what a lot of people say. 6Z and 18Z runs. They said, because I think it's the balloon, I think the 0Z and 12Z runs are based on the balloon launches, while the 18Z and 6Z runs are not. That's what I was led to believe.
Yeah, no, that's not correct, because they don't get the data simultaneously, right?
Yes.
It's not when it's 0Z, for example.
Right.
The model's already done its run, and the balloons have only started to collect their data.
Oh.
So 0Z run, in terms of balloon data, only has the data from the 12Z.
Blue launch. Right.
Yeah.
But, okay,
It happened 12 hours earlier. But remember, the balloons can fly for quite a long time. So the 0Z run has literally hours of balloon data from 12Z until all the balloons have landed. They've all popped and they've stopped transmitting data.
Oh, okay. Don, I'm looking at some of the models right now. I'm looking at the GFS right now, and it's showing that we're going to get a big snowstorm in New York. It's showing really, really heavy snow in the New York City area. Yeah, it's showing a pretty bona fide snowstorm. It's showing some really, really heavy snow. But it's showing that it's going to be a little bit further south. Like but the GFS has a big problem with handling temperatures, I've noticed. Don, you still there?
Yeah.
The GFS?
Yeah, most of the broadcast meteorologists in this area are leaning to just a small amount of snow. They really don't agree with the blockbuster predictions.
Well, the Euro...
They're either going... Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the Euro is showing huge snow. The GFS is showing a pretty bona fide amount. I'm going up with the Kuhera method. The Kuhera I'm looking at is showing about a foot of snow for New York City. I don't think we're going to get 3 feet, nothing like that. But I think that New York City will get probably 8 to 12 inches. But, well, I mean, that's just the GFS. I don't know why the meteorologists are not...
I'm thinking you'll see more than we do.
Why?
As you mentioned, a lot of the models are saying it's going to stay to the south, so I wouldn't be surprised if you get more snow than the Boston area does.
Well, the NAM is showing it going north. It's showing New York City getting sleet and snow mix. The Euro, okay, yeah, it is. Some of the models have been saying it's going to be going further to the south, but the thing is, I think it's kind of like the windshield washer effect. It's showing the storm is going to be going further north, and then suddenly it just shunts out east. And the snow should be ending in New York City around early mid-morning. It's showing a snow should be ending in New York City right around like 7 or 8 or 9 a.m.
Right, and the thing is, if it shoots east suddenly, then we're going to get a lot less snow.
Yeah, okay, what it does is it goes north, and it kind of just, that's what the GFS is saying. It goes north and then suddenly just shoots east. It's because the GFS is saying that this low is going to elongate itself. Some of the models were saying it's going to wrap itself up. Like I've been looking at the UK Met, at Pivotal Weather. Pivotal Weather is showing that the storm will basically. Okay, I'm looking at UK Met. Yeah, it's showing really heavy precip going really far north. Yeah, it's showing, I'm looking at the current 12Z run. It's showing very heavy precipitation. It shows New York City in a dry slot. It shows 1.54 inches in a 6-hour period, liquid QPF over Albany. Yet it shows the center of the storm just south of Long Island, like off of New Jersey, south of Long Island. It brings it pretty far north. It actually brings the center of circulation almost into New Jersey, yet the midnight run had it further south. The 12Z actually is bringing it further north and west. With the European, everything is trending further north again, Don. And with the European, I'm looking at the European right now. The Euro is also trending a little bit further north and west. Just a little bit. It's showing the center of circulation. Actually, I'm looking at hour 96. 0Z has it just east of New Jersey, and 12Z has it just a tiny bit south. But I'm going to compare to 12Z yesterday. Euro was very far to the south. Hour 126, very far to the south. Current run has it a little bit further north. Looking at 6 hours QPF.
It's quite dynamic, and so a lot will change in the next 3 days.
Yeah.
What actually happens.
Well, you're gonna like this, Don, but the euro is trending a lot further north now. I'm looking at total QPF. It's trended a lot further north. The cutoff line was in the lower Hudson Valley. Almost New York City was like the cutoff line was literally like Dutchess and Ulster County, and now the northern cutoff is, and now there's heavy snow and almost into Albany. It says at least an inch QPF for like most of Boston. It's showing Boston getting at least, based on the Kuhera method, 12 to 18 inches of snow for Boston. Last night's run, yesterday's run, 24 hours ago, showed almost maybe 4 to 8 inches for Boston. Last night's run, 12 to 18. Current run brings the heaviest snow further south, like the core of it, but keeps the northern extent about the same. From the 0Z to the 12Z. It's basically, it looks like Boston's going to get a lot of snow based on the European. And the UK Met, total snowfall, also a lot of snow for Boston. The Canadian, a lot of snow for Boston. Everything is gearing up for a big storm. Not a monster, but a pretty good sized snowfall for Boston. It's showing the heaviest snows in Pennsylvania, lower Hudson Valley. New York City should be getting about, okay, I'm looking at the Kuhera method. Oh my God, 40 inches. Okay, New York City about a foot. Leominster, Worcester County, central Worcester County, your area, 20 to 30 inches based on the GDPS. European on the Kuhera showing, a little bit less and a little further south, but still a lot of snow. Your area close to a foot of snow. And Blue Hill could be getting near 20.
It'll be quite amazing.
Yeah, it's showing New York City, my area, getting 18 inches. Well, thank you, Don.
Okay, good night.
Good night. Bye. Yeah, I've seen some from Blue Hills Observatory. Wind speeds, 30, 40 miles an hour tops. It's not going to be nothing too crazy. Let me show you what the wind speeds are going to be. This is based on the NAM. Yeah, it's going to be pretty windy. Sorry. Yeah. And the GFS tends to like to trend further south. GFS is saying not too windy. But NAM is showing very strong winds with this system. Very, very strong winds. So, I don't know if you remember the blizzard of 2016. Winter storm, let me see, try to remember. Winter storm Jonas. Winter storm Jonas was a big one. Remember Winter storm Jonas, January 2016? As of course, January 2016 blizzard, Jonas. It was actually forecasted to basically shunt to the south. New York City was not supposed to get anything. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. And this is New York City. Look at that. New York City broke its all-time record with that storm. So that was quite a surprise. It was the biggest storm, one of the biggest storms I've ever seen. And look, the fourth biggest storm. This storm, you're not gonna believe this. I got all rain from this storm in Boston. It did a Sandy. It pulled a Sandy. It pulled a left-hand hook. And they called it a snowcane, and they were actually worried that hurricanes would one day do that. And well, you know, 2 years later, in October, Sandy did just that. Oh, I remember this storm like it was yesterday. So much thunder and lightning. And from this storm, not one iota. There was no thunder and lightning from this storm at all. Don't remember any thunder or lightning. There was none. Like, maybe there was, but it was just so windy that I don't remember any electrical activity from this system. There was off the coast, there was some in New Jersey, but I personally did not see any thunder snow. Let's see if there was any thunder snow. Yeah, there was definitely blizzard conditions. So I'm gonna go to YouTube right now. It's gonna be my channel, of course. Oh yeah, that's Hurricane Wilma. So let's go all the way down. Yeah, it looks like I have to go play all videos. Never came to pass. Come on, go down. What? How am I gonna get my other videos? Come on. This is not all my videos. Come on. How am I going to see all my older videos? Are you kidding me? Okay. Close. Home. No, I don't want popular uploads.
Supersonic!
How am I gonna get old videos? Old. Sort by. Yes, thank you. Date added oldest. Sky typing. It's actually Winter Storm Hercules.
Actually, now we're getting moderate snow again, as you can see. I don't know if you can see very well, but we're now getting moderate snow. And there's a lot of snow here on the sidewalk. I mean, outside. I think we have at least a foot on the ground. Temperatures are at 10 degrees. With light, moderate snow coming down.
Yeah. So Friday the temperatures were around 18, 19 degrees.
We're getting some moderate snow coming down here at 8 a.m. now. Visibility is still about half a mile. I'm surprised it's still snowing so heavily, even though the radar is showing there's barely anything coming down. As I said earlier, it's because of how cold it is. The radar is not being able to pick up the snow very accurately on radar. And whatever snow does come down from the clouds is reaching the ground because there is no warm air to dry it up. It's so cold that whatever comes out of the cloud is reaching the ground. I can't even see the clouds. I could barely make them out.
Yeah, blizzard.
It's just one big shield of
Windstorm Janice. I remember.
gray
Emo.
everywhere I look.
I got screwed.
Current temperature
really
is
bad.
10 degrees.
All
The forecast high today is 15. Boston is in the single digits, and all this cold air is just funneling out of the north. It is around like 4 degrees in Monticello, and all this cold air, as I said, is just coming down the Hudson Valley right into New York, right into the New York City metropolitan area. This is about the coldest I have ever seen it snow in my life. The last time I've seen it this cold and snowing was when I was around 6 years old, and that was actually the end of the storm. And this is like the worst. And it's snowing heavy right now outside. I mean, it's coming down. The snow is really coming down right now. I mean, I just took a look at the radar. Supposedly, we're not.
What are you saying about the radar?
Right now. It's just big, completely overcast. So I'm getting a pretty good clip. I'll call this moderate snow. So now, when I was around 6 years old, and that was actually the end. The snow is really coming down right now. I mean, I just took a look at the radar. Supposedly, we're not supposed to be getting any snow right now. And look at it, it's snowing heavily. So I'm getting a pretty good clip. I'll call this moderate snow. snowing so heavily that I can't even make out the clouds right now. It's just big, completely overcast. We have at least 12 inches on the ground. I can't really make it out exactly how much came down, but I can tell you it's over a foot. I have at least a foot of snow on the ground. And we have some snowflakes that are, what do you call them? Not the six-sided. We do have some six-sided snowflakes. They look glassy shaped, which means that there's a lot of cold air involved.
Dendrites. Yep. Correct term is dendrites. Where was that storm I wanted to show you guys? Oh yes, the blizzard of 2016. Yeah. Blizzard of 2016, come on. There's the one, Winter Storm Juno. This one was a dud, of course. That's not Juno.
So I'm walking right now, you know, just walking around the neighborhood to see how much snow came down. I mean, the streets don't look too bad. The cities do.
Jonas. Here's some Juno. That's why. Bust. Yeah.
So I'm walking right now, you know, just walking around the neighborhood to see how much snow came down. I mean, the streets don't look too bad. The city's doing a really good job with the plows. However, even though the streets are in okay condition, these cars are socked in. They're not getting out. We're not even done with the storm. We're only halfway done already. Even if the storm just stops right now, these cars are not getting out. We have another double, perhaps double plus 5 more inches to go before the storm ends. We already have 13 inches, another 24 to 28 to go. So possibly double our amounts already. We're already half on the ground. Storm is not gonna. We're not even halfway done with the storm yet. We've already passed only 12 hours since the storm began, and we have another 14 hours to go. So yeah, we're not even halfway done. Well, we are halfway done with the worst part of the storm, but another halfway to go until the worst part comes, and then another 5 hours of just moderate snow to go. So yeah, if you think this is bad, wait until the rest of the storm comes. I'm just gonna walk for the rest of the video and not talk. Just enjoy the sounds and sights of the storm. That is not even what hit me on the head. A good-sized branch actually came down here. This is not a twig, this is a branch. This one is a little bigger than what hit me on the head.
I actually tweeted it. I was in the backyard.
And it's smaller, but it's a little thicker and it's a little bigger too. Oh, they're already carving up the yard. Temperatures are.
So that's the first storm. Oh wait, I could do some. We had IQ score, of course, 0. Snowstorm. Jonas. Winter storm. Jonas. Snow. Weather. Storm. Probably will. Save. Change is saved. Oh, come on, I have to go all the way down. Just great. Blizzard of 2016.
This is what blizzard conditions look like. Incredible. Visibilities right now are less than 500 feet. We have extremely strong winds right now. I just looked at the radar. There's an extremely heavy band of snow rotating in from Long Island right now, from the east, southeast. Extremely heavy band of snow rotating in from Long Island right now, from the east, southeast. Extremely heavy band of snow. I would say about 5 or 6 inches, 2 or 3 inches an hour. I'm going to 6 inches, 2 or 3 inches an hour. I'm going to look at the radar. I just looked at the radar like 2 minutes ago. However, I'm going to get my phone to show you the radar. Unfortunately, I cannot pause the video, so I'm just going to leave it playing right now. I'll put it down right here for a second. Yeah, we have absolutely blizzard conditions right now outside. Oh my God! These, we got gusts up to, my God! These, God! These, we got gusts up to 50 miles an hour, 55, approaching 60. These gusts are approaching 60 miles an hour right now.
Actually, we're not 60, so we're about 40, 45. Well, that's me geeking out, basically. Yeah, I overestimated the strength of the winds because I was geeking out.
These are about the strongest gusts I've seen throughout the whole storm.
It did feel like it was 50, 60. Maybe they were,
Yeah,
I
these
don't
are
know.
the strongest gusts I've seen throughout the whole storm.
But there is no fully... Yeah, okay, that probably was a 50 mile an hour gust there.
Sounds like a freaking freight train rolling through.
Yeah, it's actually,
as
I
it
did hear
rolls
the
through
wind
the
roar.
trees.
And you could actually hear the roar of the wind.
Now they're consistent. Now this had to be at least a 1 minute sustained gust of at least 40, 50 miles an hour. That is courtesy of this band coming through. I'm going to show the New York City terminal Doppler weather radar.
Of course, now I
And
can't.
yeah, these birds are being pushed like crazy. Incredible. So this is the radar right now. New York City radar.
Now look what happens.
There we are. Extremely heavy band coming in right now from the east. See that dark green? That's rotating in right now. The dark green is the heaviest right now so far on radar. I'm going to play it right now so you can see.
Oh, no terminal Doppler weather radar even works anymore.
See, just still rotating in. It's still coming in from the southeast.
None of them do.
However, you see this right here? However, the little northeast movement right there? On the radar? That's actually the gust that just came down. You see that little echo right there? The little, right there, that was the gust that just came through. You could actually see it on radar. Velocity. Let me go to velocity right now. Let me see if it shows any changes in the colors. Not really, but a little blip was actually the wind coming through. I know it. That was a... Not really, but a little... Let me see if it shows any changes in the colors. Not really, but a little blip was actually the wind coming through. See it on radar. But however, you see this right here? However, the little northeast movement right there? On the radar?
Yep, that right here.
That's actually the gust that just came down. You see that little echo right there? The little, right there, that was the gust that just came through. You could actually see it on radar. Velocity. Let me go to velocity right now. Let me see if it shows any changes in the colors.
You didn't.
Not really, but a little blip was actually the wind coming through. I know it. That was a very strong gust, and that had to be at least a 50, 60 mile an hour gust that just came through. I mean, I heard it roaring through the trees. Sorry, a little more. 19 and counting. And counting. Just already. Already 19. 19 inches already. 19 and counting. 18 to 19. And you gotta remember, the wind's actually blowing some of the snow off. Accumulation rate of maybe 2 inches an hour. Or because it's so windy. Good. I zoomed out, okay. Down, okay. I zoomed out.
So yeah, just shy of 19, it's about 18 to 18 and a half.
Good.
We had hours left.
I zoomed out, okay.
Now let's see. Let's do edit video.
This is what Blizzard could.
Of course, this time I'm going to make sure I'm going to be doing it sideways, so this doesn't happen anymore. see. Let's go Queens. Queens. I got about 28 inches. False report, false report, false report. Oakland Gardens, which is one. Huh, I don't see my report. 3:40 p.m. train spotted. That was my report. Hollis Hills. Huh. It's weird. That was by the time. That was my report. And I made another report, but it looks like it didn't go through. I got about 20. I told them 28 inches. See? They didn't put my report in. LaGuardia Airport got 30 inches. What the hell? I mean, I got about 28, but wow. LaGuardia Airport 27. 1 a.m. The thing was, it was still snowing at the time. Okay, let's go to weather. Now we'll have to do a report. Guys, just look, you're not gonna believe this. Okay. I'm good. And please don't call me Tank. Great. Why is your username Fire Fauci? Damn it. Dude, I almost lost people because of COVID. I did lose people because of COVID. On the contrary. Why? And when mostly? During the first wave. Oh, by the way, I lost people in Austria because they had a wedding. They weren't wearing their damn masks. Everyone got sick. And one of my family members, an elderly member, died. And none of them wore their damn masks. Take my advice and wear your masks. If you don't want to have what happened to my family happen, please wear your damn masks. Thank you. And it was my distant family member. Of course, my family here are all about wearing masks. And so far, my immediate family, the one who are crazy about wearing masks, none of them have got sick, including myself. So take my advice and wear a mask. Take Fauci's advice. Take the advice of any damn meteorologist. I mean, any damn scientist, and just wear a damn mask. I mean, get masks that feel comfortable. Don't wear the masks that make it hard to breathe or that are against your face. Get a mask that will basically prevent you from getting sick. Get an N95 mask, because those masks do not go up against your face. They actually contours in a way that it's not pressed up against your nose and mouth to make it impossible to breathe. It lets air percolate in from the sides. So when you breathe out, it filters out the virus, but it lets air in and out, both through the material and also around the sides. So of course, masks won't prevent viruses 100%. You're still, have a small chance of getting it, but it will significantly reduce your chance of getting a virus by at least 90 to 95%. So you still could get a virus if you wear a mask, but you're far likelier not to get it and to limit the spread if you wear a mask. That's why it's important to wear a mask. And people think, oh, I could get sick. Yeah, but if no one wears a mask, everyone will be getting sick. So therefore, your point is moot. Anyway, listen. Of course, once the vaccine comes out, there won't be any point wearing masks anymore. But the thing is, I would not get the vaccine just yet. Not until it's proven safe. Even then, You want to wait maybe 6 months before you get the vaccine after it actually gets released, because you want to watch for adverse reactions. But if there are none, if it's safe, then I would recommend getting the vaccine right now. It's been proven safe. But if you want to wait, okay, wait, but then you'll have to wear masks. So I don't know where all these conspiracy theories about vaccines came from. They're going to be tracking you, they're going to be monitoring you, they're going to put a microchip in. Like, all these ideas are so crazy. We've been vaccinated for hundreds of years, and vaccines have done nothing but save people. Yes, you do have some adverse reactions. Heck, there are people who die from eating tomatoes. There's some people who die because they eat fish, are allergic to fish. Some people are allergic just to the smell of flowers. But it's proven safe. Very few people will have reactions. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. If masks don't do anything, then why aren't we having as bad of why is the second wave not as bad as the first? The second wave is much more subdued than the first. Dude, we're losing 1,000 people a day in New York City during the first wave. 1,000 people a day. Now we're only losing 70 or 80. Look. And why do you keep on making alternate accounts? Dude, just... I'm sorry, I guess I'll have to... Look, I know you have your own political views, but here's the thing. While conservatives claim they're upset that the government is trying to influence their rights, it is conservatives that try to tell people what to do. Historically, conservatives have always been against freedom of speech, freedom of the press. Yeah, freedom of worship, I understand that. But the thing is this. Would you want someone to tell you how you can and can't dress, what you can and can't do to your body? Or how everything you should, if you're disabled, you're on your own? Basically, conservatives believe in social Darwinism and laissez-faire capitalism. Laissez-faire, which means to each their own. Imagine there are no laws regulating capitalism. None. You would have stuff like 1929 all over again. You would have monopolies taking over everything. There needs to be government regulation. But I do believe that people's civil liberty should be protected. Conservatives believe in economic, let there be out of control capitalism, but on social issues they're extremely conservative. While on economic issues, they don't care. They're extremely conservative on economics. They believe, conservatives historically have been against progress. Do you know the American Revolution was actually a very left-wing revolution? The right to bear arms. Imagine how left-wing that is. The right to bear arms. The right, separation of church and state. The American Revolution was a far-left revolution. It was left. It was left in its time. So what happens? What does the left actually do versus what you hear on the news? The actual left, not the Soviet Union. Do not look to the Soviet Union for an example of what is to be left. The Soviet Union was socially left-wing. Economically left-wing, but socially very far right-wing. So they were conservative on other issues other than economics. They were very conservative on other issues. For example, a true left-wing democracy, I see my point, is in the Norwegian countries. The Scandinavian nations. Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Finland. So, the most democratic countries on earth. You want to see it? Norway, Iceland, Sweden, Finland, Denmark tops the list. New Zealand. All these countries are socially democratic countries. They're socialist and democratic. And look, full democracy. Civil liberties. New Zealand, 10. Norway, 9.71. Political culture, 10. Functioning of electoral process and pluralism, 10. Political participation, 10. And where is the United States? Civil liberties. What is the United States considered? A flawed democracy. We were here. We were in the 8s. We dropped down. And I predicted this with the election of Trump. Listen, we're below Mauritius. We're below Uruguay. Come on. We can do better than that. We say, oh, we're democracy. We're less democratic than Japan, which is a monarchy. And even these nations, they're monarchies, but Japan actually has a worse prison system than America. Like, even though it jails less people, they don't tell you when you're going to get executed, and people on death row are treated like crap, like in America, but worse. Still, United States 9.17, which is electoral process and pluralism. That's good. But 7 point political participation, very low, very bad. So functioning of government is poor, as you can see. Other things, why is functioning of government considered poor? Because of, well, Trump. Since we were in the 8s here and dropped 7. So just look, no one's perfect in terms of functioning government, but the best countries with this are Norway, Iceland, Sweden, Finland, Denmark. And they're all quote unquote socialist. Well, they're not actually socialist. And they do have capitalism, in fact, free market capitalism, by the way. But what's different is that the power structure is different. As you can see, political culture is a 10. How power structure is different? Your job is required by law to provide you free health care and other stuff such as giving you 2 months paid vacation. Minimum wage is $18 an hour. Or I don't think they have minimum wage. Instead, they do something where everyone is paid a lot of money. They are treated so well there that there's almost no poverty. Poverty rate in Norway, for example. Let's look that up. Norway poverty rate. Look at the poverty rate in Norway. 0.5%. Almost non-existent. Look at that! 10.5%! And we have per capita more money than Norway. Seriously. Look at this. And they're capitalist. But it's now increasing slowly and is... Read this. Yeah, but even they have a lot of poverty. They are being helped a lot more. Yeah, from 14%. Which year? Since 2014. And so we have very high poverty rate. Let's look at Sweden. Relative poverty. Which is 1,200 euros per month. I guess it's Denmark poverty rate. Yeah. Even though they contribute only. I'm just doing some research. I'm doing some non-meteorology stuff. Even deep poverty. Yeah, I'm definitely in that line because it comes below 50% of the property thresholds. Food security. So this is the lowest child mortality rate in Norway as of 2017. However, the country, many Norwegians still live in poverty here. Poverty is low due to. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Poverty is low in Norway due to the nation's emphasis on collectivism and emphasis with job placement. The nation's places major significance on cultural identity, values, and practices, all of which add to their homogeneous society that allows for many native Norwegian people to prosper socioeconomically. The country has a rather small population, even though Norway has a large amount of land mass. Norway also significantly contributes to the petroleum export, which while this may be true for some, this ranking does not take into account the voices of those who live in poverty. Although Norway has a very small poverty rate, the nation still experiences poverty, more specifically poverty in Norway's immigrant communities. One way Norway can address poverty is by helping ease the transition of immigrants. Potential methods include more school funding, free or low-cost language lessons, and an expansion of the job market. An example of a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping Norway's poor is Care International's Norwegian chapter, a global group whose volunteers participate in humanitarian aid and poverty-fighting projects. Being such an affluent and progressive country, it is kind of socialist. With some more money, time, and energy, Norway can be on the track to lowering its poverty rate to zero, and it is very close to that, actually. So Norway is one of the most democratic countries, and it's also left-wing. So to those who think that America is the best country to live in, it's best because yes, we have more opportunities, but that's because we have more economic opportunities, and we did set an example for the world about free market capitalism. It has not. Okay. It was from 2014. Hold on. So 14, 15, 16. It dropped under Obama. See that? This is before. This is the year Trump took office. This is not because of Obama. This is because of the recession. Okay? So look. So Obama did his work. The poverty rate increases. So this is because of the recession. So Clinton took office. Oh, Democratic poverty. Look what happened under Democratic control. Republicans, look at that. Reagan, Republicans. So, and then Democrat takes over. Again, Democrat takes over. Poverty increases because of the recession and decreases. So as you can see, what you're saying is not exactly true. We had a huge economic recession, especially under Bush. And it was Obama got rid of it. Look at this. We were dropped down to 12.7%. And yet when he took office, it was 14.3%. It even dropped lower than, we were having one of the worst, we had the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression, and we're now having another one. So 20, it's probably going to be like, I don't know where it's going to be, but we're going to have a horrible increase in poverty because of this. And then y'all conservatives are going to blame Joe Biden, saying, oh, he caused this. No, he did not. And Trump is not the reason why we're having a decrease in poverty rate. This is a lot of Obama's work, especially from about here to about here. This is because of the recession. Recession. See, the poverty rate increase stopped, and it stagnated. It stopped increasing, and it started decreasing especially from 13 through 16. So you could almost draw a line from here down here. So you could almost do that. But here's the thing. You still had a Republican-controlled Congress, so a lot of what Obama wanted to do was not done. So it could have been steeper decrease, but no, okay, listen. Just thanks, Mike. Hey, Michael, how are you doing? Yeah, he was there since 08. He was. But, quick recap. Keep in mind that under Reagan, who Trump modeled his Make America Great Again, Reagan, it was the reason for mass incarceration rate U.S. You want to continue to hold your Republican Party to great standards. Let's look at the U.S. incarceration rate by states. And it's going to be by state, by the way. I'm not going to look at it as a nation thing. By state. Oh, look at that. The entire South. Racist ass South. Look at that. All Republican controlled. Louisiana is, while they have Bill Edwards as governor, he's very conservative. So that doesn't count. Look at California, New York. And all the people here in prisons are mostly people of color. Oh, look, New York and California has a lot of black people. We don't see that problem here. Look at that. But look at the southern states. You see that. U.S. incarceration rate. Chart by year. Reagan took over, 1980? Let's look at images. Chart. Oh, let's see. Oh, 1980s. Oh, look at that. You see that? 1982, 1986, 1990. And look at that. And under Obama, it stopped. Started decreasing. Yeah, look at that. Started going down, finally. And that was Obama's work from 2008 to 2016. So stop blaming Democrats. Because look at this. Look at what Republicans done. This is what happened when you had these neoconservative movements that Reagan started. This was the reaction towards the victory of the civil rights movement. You had all these reactionary right-wingers taking over, doing this. Basically, they were punishing people of color for their victory in the civil rights movement and the victory with the Voting Rights Act. So here, and it's all in the South. It's all in the South. Primarily, this is all the South. It's not so much Republican versus Democrat. It's so much North, still racist South versus, the rest of the country. And guess who controls the South right now? Sorry to say this, but it's Republicans primarily. So, yeah. Of course, not all Republicans are racist, but the South is controlled by them. And a lot of the Trumpers get their support largely from the South. But how did Trump lose Georgia? Because you had a huge voter turnout among people of color from Atlanta. That's why. So, and let's look at Georgia with their incarceration rate. Georgia isn't so bad. It's about the same as Florida. But let's look at Louisiana. The worst of the worst. Went strongly to Trump. So did Texas. So did Oklahoma. So did Arizona. All the highest states with the highest mass incarceration rates went very strongly to Trump. Of course, in Utah, but I'm talking this is a southern issue here. Trump is from New York. Trump is from New York. He's from my neighborhood. Just to let you know. But he supports a lot of these racist politicians in the South who don't want to do anything, especially, what's his name? The governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, his ad was so damn racist. I didn't ban. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't know that was you. I come here just for weather videos. I just come here to make weather videos. But, dude, you're making me get political because this is something I'm very passionate about. Look, okay. Have you ever taken history classes? Have you ever heard what happened in Tulsa in 1921? Yes, the Democratic Party used to be racist. Yes, it used to be the party of the KKK in the South. Yes, I know that. And here's the thing. Guess what happened? Okay, let's look up Storm Thurmond. For example, Dixiecrat candidate. He was a segregationalist. Let's read this part right here. James Storm Thurmond was an American military officer, attorney, judge, and politician who served for 48 years as a United States Senator from South Carolina. He ran for president in 1948 as the Dixiecrat candidate on a states' right platform supporting racial segregation. He received 2.4% of the popular vote and 39 electoral votes, failing to defeat Harry Truman. Thurmond represented South Carolina and from 1964 onwards as a Republican because of Barry effing Goldwater. A magnet for controversy during his nearly half-century Senate career, Thurmond switched parties in 1964 primarily because of his vehement opposition to the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and endorsed Republican presidential candidate Barry Goldwater. He had been critical of the Democratic administration for enactment of the Civil Rights Law, while Goldwater boasted of his opposition to the Civil Rights Act and made it part of his platform. Thurmond left, and just so you should know, the Republican Party and Democratic Party today are not what they used to be. Republican Party used to be left-wing. Democratic Party, after FDR, became left. It was a racist party primarily, especially with people like Woodrow Wilson. But, and if you want to go further back in time, They used to be one party, the Democratic Republican Party. So here's another racist scumbag here, Robert Byrd, also Democrat. But I don't care about parties. I care about the type of people they are. And unfortunately today, the Republican Party today is filled with a lot of bad people, especially people like Trump. Why am I saying Trump is a bad person? Let's see. This is why I went against Trump. I went on the issues. This is from 2016. Let's see. Let's see on civil rights, LGBT rights. That's what he said. Global campaign to end it. Okay. Okay. But he did support. Let's see what he ranked on. They're not saying what he got ranked by. Minority rights. I'm not racist. He says he's not racist, but he acts like it. Doesn't matter what he says. Let's go. No one has done more for blacks. BS. I call BS on that. You denounce Antifa. Okay. When is the last time someone with Antifa ran people over with cars? When is the last time someone with Antifa deliberately gunned someone down? And yeah, that incident in Portland was actually self-defense. I reviewed the video. There were multiple angles. He was being chased. He did the same thing that that guy did in Wisconsin. You know, for all your right-wingers who want to say that, what's his name? Rittenhouse is a hero. That shooting in Portland was the same thing. Just to let you know. All right. Let's see. Women. Okay. On minority rights. On yes, on crime. And yes, that's the one. That's why I don't like Trump. And yeah, and guess what? The Central Park 5 were actually innocent.
When you apologize to Central Park 5, they've been exonerated, there have been videos, movies shown about the case, and you came out with a full-page ad saying that they should die, that they should the death penalty.
Why do you bring that question up now? It's an interesting time to bring it up. You have people on both sides of that. They admitted their guilt. If you look at Linda Fairstein and if you look at some of the prosecutors, they think that the city should never have settled that case. So we'll leave it at that.
They were exonerated by DNA evidence, and Trump said it was a disgrace that they got money, that they got and yeah, guess what? They never did it. So yeah. When they see us. It's about those 5. It's about the Central Park 5. And they falsely confessed to the crime because they were beat up by cops. So you just want to know, while New York City had a Democrat mayor, it was almost fully Republican, and you're not surprised that New York City had Republican mayor from '98, from the early '90s through the 2000s. Bloomberg was another Republican. He became Democrat recently, but Bloomberg was a lot better than Giuliani. I'll tell you that right now. No, I can do that. No, it's stuff he says, but stuff he did is really bad. Let's see. I mean, yeah, he did some good stuff here, but on drugs. Oh, look, on drugs. Open schools. Most teachers are safe in pandemic. Okay. Opposed allowing vets access to cannabis. Oh, yeah. Did you ever serve in the military? Nope. You draft dodged. Saying because of a shin splint. Of course, you say you're a pro-animal. Oh, wind power kills birds. Solar can't run factories. Yeah. And what about nuclear? Molten salt reactors. You don't support that. You support destroying the environment. Let's see. We need nuclear energy. Yeah, but you didn't build any nuclear plants. Under your administration, we have not had one nuclear plant built. We had under Obama, not under you. Fossil fuels. Wow. Oh, wow. Job will slump, but oil is cheap again. Yeah. Enough. So doesn't care about the environment. Okay, that's good. Let's see. I like that. Okay. Alabama was in hurricane risk before Trump said. Yeah, he did the Sharpie gate. Oh wait, yeah, Alabama. Yeah, oh no, wait, yeah. But then it got out. Humiliating New York City by finishing ice rink on time. Oh yeah, but guess who the New York City was mayor at the time? Republican. Of course, regulation. So in families and children. Okay. Paid family leave for federal employees. Okay, that's good. Double the child. Okay, that's good. Two. Okay, good. Despite locker room talk, of course. Hillary and I agree on paid family leave. Supports birth control without a prescription. And let's see what he says and what he actually did. Post-Cold War. Local hotspots. Okay. On free trade. I disagreed with Ronald Reagan on trade. We need better. North American trade. And most people who voted for NAFTA, by the way, were Republicans. Just so you should know. On immigration. Let's look on immigration. On gun control. Okay. Let's see on healthcare. Immigration, healthcare. I get things done. Okay. Like right to try. Medicare for all is really... Are you kidding me? Let terminally ill people take any experimental drugs. So he supports the right to people to kill themselves. Okay. You have to save them, of course. All right. Obamacare, but will terminate. Oh my God, what a bunch of lies. Use military to distribute 100 vials. Wow. Okay. Yet he was. Yeah. Actually, Huh. Let's see. And where did H1N1 start? No. Same virus, same exact virus. Oh yeah. Origin. Where did it start? I already know where it started. Farm. Pig farm. Swine mixing. Yeah, it probably went from bird to swine to human. It probably jumped species before it came to humans. Outbreak of respiratory diseases in U.S. swine occurred concurrently with disease in humans, raising the possibility that in 1980 swine also proposed as mixing vessel birds and humans during the 1950s. Swine havoc. Okay, I'm going to talk about weather in a bit. I just want to say that, forget about the political stuff. Alright, I'm not gonna hide him. I'm gonna unhide. I'm gonna unhide him. Okay. Okay. I just want to get rid of the political stuff. Make sure moderator. Yeah, whatever. Okay, make sure I don't want to accidentally ban his account. I thought remove just means from the stream, not from the channel. Ugh, sorry about that. Just reset that. Oh, come on. Alright, let's go back to the models again. Let's forget about all this political stuff. So talk about the pandemics. I know I came for the political stuff, but forget about that. Forget about, this political stuff. Look, Trump grew up in a racist household. His father was in the KKK. So, I mean, so the thing is, Trump was sued. It was also his father, too. So, it was primarily against him and his father. She told... The two B renters on that July 1972 day were actually two undercover testers for U.S. government-sanctioned investigation to determine whether Trump management incorporated discriminated against minorities seeking housing at properties across Brooklyn and Queens. Yeah, he got caught. He got caught. So... But led by his 27-year-old president Donald Trump and his father Fred Trump, chairman, who began building houses and apartments in the 1930s. The younger Trump demonstrated the brash, combative style that would make him famous, holding forth a new conference in the Manhattan Hotel to decry the government arguments as such outrageous lies. He would also say that the company wanted to avoid renting companies to welfare recipients of any color, but never discriminated based on race. But the thing was, both the black person and the white person were not on welfare. So, yeah. In fact, there might actually be some videos. See? And here's a lawsuit right here. You United States District Court right here. Just read the lawsuit. And let's see the whole lawsuit, by the way. So the thing is, Trump is racist. Mm-hmm. Let's see, 1927 arrest. Uh-huh. King Cullen. Which he recorded as sharing about the 1930 census. So the arrest never happened and that nobody was charged. He denied that his father had ever lived at the... Of course Trump is going to deny that. I mean, come on, you know. There's proof right here that he's still racist. Like, his father was racist. This is his father right here, by the way. Minority applicants turned away from renting apartments complained to the New York City Commission of Human Rights and Urban League, leading these groups to send test applicants to Trump-owned Complex 6 in July 1972. They found that white people were offered apartments while black people were generally turned away by being told there were no vacancies. According to the superintendent, this was at the direction of his boss. From both the aforementioned advocacy organization, then raised with the Justice Department, in October 1973, the U.S. Civil Rights, the Division of U.S. Department of Justice, Civil Rights Division of the U.S. Department of Justice filed a civil rights suit against the Trump Organization, Fred Trump, chair, and Donald Trump, president, for infringing the Fair Housing Act of 1968. In response, Trump attorney Roy Cohn countersued for $100 million in damages, accusing the Department of Justice of false accusations. Some of the 3 former Trump employees were interviewed by the FBI. Some testified that they had no knowledge of any racial profiling practices, and that a small percentage of their apartments were rented to blacks or Puerto Ricans, a small percentage. A former doorman testified that his superior had instructed him to tell prospective black tenants that the rent was double its actual amount. 4 landlords or rental agents confirmed that applicants sent to the Trump Organization head office for approval were coded by the race of the applicant. One former employee testified that a code, which he believed was used throughout the Brooklyn branch of the company, referred to lowlifes such as blacks, Puerto Ricans, apparent drug use, or any type of undesirable applicant. Lowlifes, yep. And 9 out of 10, it meant that the applicant was black. Blacks were also falsely told there were no vacancies. A rental agent who had worked with the company for 2 weeks said when he asked Fred Trump if he could rent to blacks, he was told that it was absolutely against the law to discriminate. Now, a rental agent who had worked with the company for 2 years said that when he asked Fred Trump if he should rent to blacks, he was told that it was absolutely against the law to discriminate. But after asking again, he was instructed not to rent to blacks and was further advised to get rid of the blacks that were in the building by telling them cheap housing was available to them at only $500 down payment, which Trump would offer to pay himself. Trump didn't tell me where this housing was located. He advised me not to rent to persons on welfare. A consent decree, with both sides claiming victory. So basically, there's some shady stuff when it comes to race, especially with the 1927 arrest. I mean, you see what I'm talking about, right? I just, it was just that I don't want to read on political stuff. It's just too much for me. I just don't want to read on political stuff, alright? It drags me down. I'm sorry. This is weather stuff and not a political stuff. And I know I talk about politics sometimes, but I go off tangents as I'm autistic. I'm sorry, alright? I primarily do this stuff for weather, especially with live streams. Hey everyone. Hey everyone. In fact, I just want to I guess I could delete the message. Oops. There. You can still see. Yes. Yeah. How am I gonna undelete it? Pin message, I guess. Sorry about that, man. Just let's look at the 18Z run. Oh, that run already came in. So 18Z GFS, let's see. I already saw the 18Z GFS. And yes, further to the south. Yeah, that cutoff doesn't make any sense to me. Especially with 12Z, you're having all this and suddenly 15Z, it's all done. Like, okay, that really doesn't make a lot of sense. You see how you're still having some leftover precip inland, convective precip? That's why I'm thinking that you're still going to have some lingering precip into Friday afternoon. Maybe like the GFS is trying to say that we might still have some lingering precip. You see this low, this main low here, and then it's going to try to phase into the coastal system. So I don't think it's going to end that quickly. The GFS is clearly doing something wrong here. Let's look at the GEM model. Let's look at HRRR. Great. looks like I was right. And we're not going to be getting much snow here. Don't trust the earlier runs. I told people, don't get your hopes up. Do not, I repeat, do not get your hopes up for the storm. I mean, for this one especially. And will it be snow or rain? Okay, this one is a little bit overdoing it. Let's look at 925. It's going to be primarily rain. Yeah, New York City is going to get mostly rain from this. Especially the Cook-Harris snow ratio. This is what you want to look at. Not even half an inch. That's probably on the grassy surfaces only, and I don't even think we're going to get that much. Probably going to get trace. We're probably going to get something like trace amounts of snow, probably. Maybe just a tiny coating on the grass, maybe 1/10 of an inch. NAM Nest, of course. I think the NAM is overdoing it a little bit. Cook-Harris snow type. That's what you want to look at. Cook-Harris, very accurate. I think this model run is overdoing it. Let's look at SREF, short range ensemble forecasts. Winter probabilities, like a snow greater than 1 inch. Looks like the core of the snow will be further west. Okay. Four inches greater, 1 inch greater. New York City will be getting a mix. Okay, you see how they're showing very small chance of 4 inch plus? See how the heaviest snow is going to be here? Because that's about, let's see. So this model is implying the snow will be starting around 21Z Wednesday. So yeah, it's a few hours behind though. GFS. Let's look at the GEFS, GFS ensembles. Looks like this one might be actually going further to the south. GFS only about an inch and a half. Snow accumulation. Let's look at ensemble precipitation accumulation. Yep, GFS is doing exactly what I did with Winter Storm Jonas. With Winter Storm Jonas. So that's a lot of stuff. I definitely want ensemble member 9. Oh yeah, I want 9. No, yes. 9. Oh yeah, that's perfect for snow. That's exactly what you want for snow. If you want snow, you definitely want ensemble member 9. Yeah, you definitely want 9. Oh my lord, yeah, you definitely want 9. Boom. Like, that's a crap ton of snow right in New York City. This is definitely a possibility. I mean, considering there's all the models show New York City getting snow. Like, every model shows New York City getting snow now. Considering it's only let's look at SREF. Yeah, too early to look at a short range ensemble. All right, let's look at European model. Let's go to pivotal weather again. So this is the Euro model. Again, let's go to Euro. Let's look at 6-hour Cook-Harris method snow. Let's look at total. Let's look at Mid-Atlantic, local, Southern New England, which includes New York City. New York City should be getting around my area about 12 to 18 inches, maybe a little more than 20. This is Southern Queens, about 20 to 21 inches. Yeah, see how it goes from 14 to 18? Yeah, looking at the color coding, let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So my area should be getting about 16 to 18 inches. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It shows my area getting really close to 20 inches. Like, okay, here about 23 inches in Yonkers. So I'm looking in right now. Control Z. Okay, Control Z, right? Oh. Let's see, Control Z, right? One, two, 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. So about 17 to 18 inches. So you see 12 to 14, 14 to 16, 16 to 18. So it shows 16 to 18 and 18 to 20. So about 16 to 18 inches in my neighborhood. I just want to show you one thing. 1, 2, 3. And we're right on the edge of the 4th level. So that's Control. Reset. So that's almost the 4th one. 1, 2, 3. So it's about 18 inches in my area. Based on the color coded. Let's do not coherence no ratio. Let's do regular, right? But where will the coherent actually? Where will the snow level at 925 millibars be strongest? Looks like right up in the New York City area. So very heavy snowfall rates. Alrighty. That's a little reminiscent of the of the 2010 storm. Okay, it's just a lot further west though. That's a lot further west though. Boom. Let's look at the North Atlantic Oscillation. Just for point of reference, is it going to go positive? Not really. It's going to go up and then it's going to go back down. Okay, let's look at the AO. Ooh, really negative AO. So yeah, we're about -2. Let's look at the PNA. Yeah. See, it's gonna go neutral, then it's gonna go a little positive. Low, like. Usually when the PNA is positive, the NAO is supposed to be negative, but look. See, now it's starting to get a little warmer here. Now it's trying to do that, but see how warm it is here? And how cold it's here, and how it's kind of warm here? That's why this winter may be actually very cold and snowy. So let's look at this model again. Piece of type. So we'll begin with rain and the snow. So we're gonna have rain ending in snow. Mid-Atlantic. Just imagine if this storm was a little bit further east, how much snow we'd probably be getting. Probably getting like a foot or so, something like that. To the euro again. Brooklyn should be 12 to 18 inches.